It's the Tom Leykis Show.
Oh, my God.
and now, here he is, Tom Leykis.
Thank you for tuning into the Tom Leykis Show. This is where America gets together to talk about the issues you really care about. It's a different kind of a radio talk program. We're the radio talk show that is not hosted by a right-wing wacko or a convicted felon. No. I am your host. Write down our toll-free telephone number. You gotta need it. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of the program. Here we are together again on the radio. And in this hour, I want to talk to people who have just broken up. It's something I referred to on the air, and now I want to get into this. And I want to repeat something I said on the air just so we can kind of get this whole thing started. Every time I have had a gym membership and been going to a gym to work out, who do I see around me? Primarily women. It's primarily women. And if you talk to the women, what kind of women are they? Women who just got out of a relationship. They broke up with a boyfriend, or they just separated from their husbands, or they're getting a divorce. They're working out in a big way. No doubt about it. They are working out. Now, you know a lot of these women, when you go to the gym, you know a lot of them have just signed up. They've just gone to 24-hour fitness for the first time, or Bally's. First time they've gone, they've just put the money down. You could tell the gym clothes are all brand new. They're all wearing all the accessories that the veterans at the gym don't wear, like wristbands. You ever see a woman who comes to the gym completely accessorized? She's got the wristbands. She's got the brand spanking new Discman or Walkman. Right? The chick has got the Leykis that don't have a scrape or a mark on them. She's got like a gym outfit that looks like the tags are probably still on it. You know the kind I'm talking about. They still have the folds from having sat on the shelf at Big Five or Kmart or one of these places where they sell gym clothes. You know the chicks I'm talking about. Now, here's what doesn't make any sense to me, and this is something that I have a problem with. Why do women wait until a relationship is over to go work out? What is that all about? And we know what the reason is. The reason is because many women want to look good to get a man. Getting the man is the object. And once they've got a man, they don't care if they look good anymore. They are the ones who start asking if they look fat in this dress or do I look fat in these pants. And we know that if we give the honest answer that we'll get slapped or we won't have sex for the next month or whatever. So we don't say anything, and eventually the problem gets so bad we're not interested in sex anymore. So we're buying more Playboy magazines, or we're surfing the web more, or we're going out with the boys to strip clubs more often, or reading more Playboy magazines than we've ever read in our entire adolescences, or whatever. Playboy thing keeps coming up. Not about it. And then women can't figure out why we're not interested. And so when we split up with them or divorce them or whatever, they get on the scale and they realize they're 5'6", 160 or whatever they are, and they were once 5'6", 120. And so then they go to the gym to work out so they can attract the next sucker. They are working out at that gym when they're single. so they can be out every night in clubs and picking up guys. Then when they pick up a guy, and they know they've got the guy firmly in their clutches, that's it. Done. No more working out. No more living on celery sticks. It's back to eating like a pig and living like a couch potato. And it's something I simply don't understand. There are other things, too, that people do, and this is what I want to talk about this hour. You know, things that you do at the end of a relationship, the end of a marriage, that had you done them while you were together with the other person, you might have saved the relationship. You know, all you fat porkers who the guys first say they don't want sex from you, ultimately they have an affair or they divorce you. If you had worked out while you were married to that guy, if you had eaten like a normal person, he might still be there. But you didn't, and so he bolted, and now you feel sorry for yourself. So to get yourself going again, you go to the gym and work out. Something you should have done to save the marriage, but you didn't. Would have saved the relationship. You didn't do it. And by the way, this is not limited to women. Don't get me wrong. There are all kinds of things people do, and it's men and women in some cases, okay? Here's another example. Ever been involved in a relationship with somebody where you had a problem? Could be any kind of problem. And then you said to your partner, hey, I think women are mostly the people who do this, okay? You say to your husband, hey, we got problems. We need to go to a counselor or a therapist. And guys generally will say, I don't want to do that. I don't need therapy. I don't want to do that. Right? So later on, when the marriage breaks up and the guy is like crushed over it, then he goes to a therapist. That ever happen to you? You ever in a situation like that? Here's another one guys do generally, okay? Your wife is telling you you are not romantic enough. Your wife tells you that, you know, you could have brought a card home, you could have brought flowers home, or maybe just a single rose or something, right? Whatever it is that she thinks is important. Right? And you're like, oh, the hell with it. Come on. Then finally you realize your wife has left you for a guy that is buying roses for her and taking her to dinner and opening her car door and stuff. So what you do is, after the marriage is over, then you start doing it for other chicks. So had you done it while you were married, you would have saved the marriage. But you didn't. So now you're doing it. I mean, there's a million things like this that people do. Things they refuse to do while they're together. That later on, after they've broken up, they start doing them with other people. And I'd like to look at that list, because if you have maybe you recently broke up with somebody, and now you're doing stuff that you could have done during the marriage or the relationship to save it. Or there you are, you were married to some guy who, wouldn't work out, or some guy who wouldn't be romantic, or some guy who wouldn't go to the gym, some guy who wouldn't go to therapy, whatever. And now he's doing all the things that you asked him to do back when you were together. Do you have a situation like that? We get into relationships and we take them for granted. We do. And by the way, let me say this. You don't have to be in a relationship. You can live alone like I do. You can live alone and you can have a very good time. And you can do whatever you want whenever you want it. And look, if you don't want to open car doors, send flowers, you don't have to. I don't have to do it. I live alone, and I don't have to do any of that stuff. Okay? And if it's too much of an effort for me, I can just continue to live alone and just see people when I feel like seeing them. I can do that. But if you're going to be in a relationship, and by the way, don't start calling me and telling me this is contradictory to Leykis 101. 101 has to do with picking up chicks and banging, okay? But if you're in a relationship, you know, if somebody tells you they need something, you're probably better off giving it to them. And I don't mean giving them expensive stuff, because that's where I get off the boat. You know, if you tell me that you have to drive a Porsche in order to be in a relationship with me, you're with the wrong guy. If you tell me that I have to take you to the south of France every year, you're with the wrong guy, okay? But if you ask me to do something I don't particularly care about one way or the other, like you once a year would like to go to a particular restaurant, or once a year you'd like me to whip out the old platinum card and pretend I care and send flowers or whatever it is. If I want to keep you in the relationship, I'm probably best off trying to do some of that stuff, to at least give the appearance that I care. Not that I do. But it's good to give yourself the appearance once in a while that you care. Just keep up the appearance. You still hate art openings, do you, Dean? But now, Dean, for example, when he was with Snuggles and Mrs. Snuggles, there they were. Dean, who culture short that he is, was suddenly instead of sitting home watching Johnny Knoxville and stuff, Dean was going out to art openings in Santa Monica. Dean doesn't know much about art. But, you know, the only art Dean knows about is Art's Deli. That's about it, out in Studio City, where, by the way, as the sign says, Art's Deli, where every sandwich is a work of art. It's true. And Dean was always being taken out to things like these art galleries. He met Kurt Vonnegut. Dean didn't know who Kurt Vonnegut was, but he met him. He called him dude, did he? I'll bet he did. Oh, Dean called him the dude from the movie Back to School with Rodney Dangerfield. Yeah, Kurt Vonnegut. Yeah, right. That's who he is. But, you know, once in a while you go out to the art gallery. You know, again, just to give the appearance that you give a rat's ass about the interest of the other person. Which I know you don't. I was having this conversation with somebody the other day. Why don't men like going to, like, Broadway musicals when they come to town? Here in L.A., there's always another musical that was big in New York about 3 years ago, and finally, you get the ads on the radio, too. They're all recorded in New York City. You know, it's like we've all been sitting here waiting for these Broadway shows to get to L.A., when in reality, I don't think anybody in L.A. can name 2 Broadway shows. I don't think anybody cares. Finally, direct from New York, finally, direct from Broadway, the show everybody's been waiting for. No, nobody cares. But these shows come to town, and then there's that kind of woman here in L.A. that goes, honey, we got to go see The Lion King, honey. Phantom's coming to town, honey. Sunset Boulevard's coming to town, honey. Miss Saigon's coming to town, honey. And suddenly, you're put in that position. I'm having to go do that. And somebody was asking me, like, why don't guys like doing that? Why do you care? Hey. Why do you care? We don't like doing it because, you know what? I mean, and there's nothing wrong with it, okay? But musicals are kind of gay. They just are, okay? And guys don't like that. Bottom line. We know who's in the, you know. One look at Nathan Lane. Let's just be honest, okay? I mean, I don't know what his sexuality is, all right? But come on. How many real he-men want to go sit and watch Nathan Lane sing for 3 hours? I don't think there's a lot, okay? It makes guys feel gay. It's like holding your purse. That's why we don't want to do it. It makes us feel gay, okay? Done. So I'm wondering now, what are the things that could have happened during your relationship or your marriage that either you are now doing that you didn't do before? You were nagged about it. Oh, do this. Please do this. You better do this or else, whatever. And you said, the hell with you. I'm not doing it. And now that you broke up, now you're doing it. For women, I know it's always going to the gym. That's the thing. Women sit there, pork out, then can't figure out why we're not hot for them anymore. Then they get upset that we look at porno and stuff like that. And then once the marriage is finally over, then they all go running back to the gym. Maybe that's happening. Are you doing something like that now? Or is the person you used to be with doing something like that?
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM.
Hey, keep quiet. I'm on the radio.
That's right.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Leykis. The Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Sarah on a cell phone. You're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom.
Hey, Sarah.
How are you?
Do you care?
Oh, of course I do, especially today.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Do tell.
Well, I dated this guy for about 3.5 years, and he proceeded to put on probably close to 100 pounds from the time that we met to the time that we ended up stopping the relationship.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it is. And he complained the entire time about, why aren't you interested in me? Why don't you want to, be physical with me? Why don't you want sex as often as you used to? Well, hello.
Did you tell him?
Yes.
And what did he say to that?
I try. I do this and I do that, but nothing he did was consistent. Nothing he did was a wholehearted effort. And here I am trying to stay in good shape, trying to be physically desirable to him.
Right.
And at the same time, I'm not getting the same thing back.
Uh-huh. So what, did you break up with him for that reason?
Well, that was one of them.
Oh, well. Okay. All right, so what happened?
Well, he ended up moving away for a job, and I really just wasn't ready to make the commitment to move away from where I live now, so I guess at that point I realized the relationship wasn't worth it to me.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, so now he's lost a ton of weight. He looks fabulous, and we're not together anymore.
Now, how did you see him? He moved out of town, right?
Yeah, I went out to visit the city with a couple of friends and ran into him and his friends, and yeah, he looks awesome.
Wow. Did you want him back?
No. I mean, I wanted him for one night.
Yeah.
But yeah, of course I wanted him for one night, but I didn't want the relationship.
Are you pissed at him?
Yeah. Because you know what? If it's worth it to him now, why wasn't it worth it then?
Yeah.
So, I just want to tell you, amen. You're right on with this one, and I hope that lots of people are listening.
Thank you, Sarah.
You're welcome.
Appreciate the call. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. And we'll continue with your telephone calls. We're talking about the things that you used to nag him to do or nag her to do, and now that she's not with you anymore, she's doing them. Or maybe somebody nagged you to do stuff you didn't do, and now you decided to start doing it anyway. Call us and tell us about it.
The Tom Leykis Show. It's the Tom Leykis Show.
From Los Angeles at 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. It's Charlie on a cell phone. You're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Tom, how you doing?
Hi, Charlie.
It's good to talk to you.
I agree.
Oh, right on. Yeah, I was listening to the show today, and I just had to call because what you were saying is just totally happening to me. The exact same deal with my ex-girlfriend. It's kind of weird, I just started listening to you, Tom, so this is kind of pre-Leykis.
Yeah.
I started dating this stripper.
Oh, boy.
And then I ended up moving in with her.
Oh, boy.
And then we lived together for like 2 years.
Oh, boy.
Oh, luckily I got out of it without getting married and no kids, But, yeah, when we lived together, she hated all my friends. She never wanted to go out and party, She was always bitching about her weight, and how she looked and how she was out of shape. And, never did anything about it, never worked out, didn't diet. She looked all right, but, it was just, she would never work out, and she would never go out to the bars with me. She hated all my friends. And now, since we broke up, I see her at the bars every time I go out there. partying up with a different guy every time. I guess she's working out at the gym, every day, and just did a total of 180 on me.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah. I'm not interested in her anymore. So it doesn't really suck for me. But I guess it's just typical. Like you're saying.
Yeah, well, it is just typical. There's no doubt about that. Josh, you're on the Tom Leykis show. Hello.
How you doing, Tom?
Hi, Josh.
I just want to tell you, I just started listening to you about a month ago, and I think you are the man.
Thank you.
No problem. I was the guy that didn't want to listen to my girlfriend. I just got out of a 2-year relationship.
Right.
And, she was doing, you don't pay attention to me anymore like you used to. We don't go out. We don't go dancing. We don't do this, do that. And I was just like, this is just my opinion. I think the reason that I didn't want to listen is because, I think she was always going to be there, and she was only kind of half serious when she said that. But then from one day to the next, she just dumps my ass, and I'm kind of regretting it now, and I see I should have done it, and I should have taken her more seriously, and now I feel pretty stupid when she's going out, with other guys, and so that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I mean, when people tell you that stuff is important, you either kind of got to do it or kind of got to get out.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you ignore it, you're going to end up getting dumped.
Totally. And I didn't think she was.
Or
serious.
they end up effing around with somebody else.
Exactly. Yeah. So to all you guys out there, listen, because they probably ain't bull. And at least she didn't cheat on me, as far as I know. So.
Exactly, Josh. Thank you. Appreciate the call. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Diane, you're on the Tom Leykis show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
So I met this guy who was actually nothing special except he had a bunch of money. He had one floating eye, and he was terribly unattractive. But
you were such a gold digger, you went out with him anyway.
Well, I made it very difficult for him to go out with me. And
the point is, you're a gold digger, and that's
like a total gold digger.
You admit
for
it.
instance, someone like you would have to give me so much. Like, I've looked at you. And
believe me, dear, I would never spend one dime on you. I'm not even going to listen to the rest of it, because I know you're going to try to change the whole focus of this hour. Trust me when I tell you, darling, if I had to spend that kind of money to be with you, I wouldn't spend 10 cents. Bitch! I can get it for free. I don't need it from you. Believe me. Believe me. Everybody who knows me knows this is true. If I want it, I get it without having to spend money. And I don't spend money. So, don't even start with me. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. This is Michael on the Tom Leykis show. Hello.
Hello, Tom. How are you?
Hi, Michael.
Hey, long-time listener, first-time caller.
Cool.
Had to call in today. I ended a relationship with a girl around the beginning of the year, and she always wanted to work out and run and had this incredible obsession with working out. And I just wanted to go out and party and, have drinks and do all that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, after we broke up, I just started running.
Now, is that because you thought to yourself, hey, she had a good idea, or was it a coincidence?
I think it was a combination of both. I think a little bit was even just to spite her because we live close by each other, and I know she sees me out there, and it feels good because I never would have done it before.
Yeah.
But I've lost all kinds of weight, feeling really good about it, and it's a great feeling to have her see me, and I can just simply look the other way. It's just kind of a good feeling because she never expected it.
So you're doing something good for yourself to spite her.
Exactly.
That you wouldn't do when you were with her.
Exactly.
Now, why do you want to spite her? Can I ask you that?
That's a good question. We ended the relationship. She actually dumped me because of the fact that she was so obsessive about this. There were a lot of issues involved with that, and I could never break through to her. So it was like, I think that I tried a little hard to kind of pull her out of this weird funk that she was in. All she wanted to do was work out. There were some issues there, some underlying issues. And she would never listen to me, and she didn't want. Eventually, it was almost as if I started smothering her or something. She wanted nothing to do with me. So that just kind of made me mad because I couldn't ever really get through to her.
Yeah, so you taught her a lesson.
Sunday.
Tom Leykis Show, 1-800-5800-TOM. It's Angela. You're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom. How are you?
Do you care?
Always.
I'm doing great.
Good. So let me tell you what I do now that I didn't used to do in past relationships.
All right, what's that?
Oral sex. Oral sex has gotten so much better since I've met someone that talks. And that
Talks.
Talks. Tell you how he feels, how beautiful you are. Touches, feels, talks.
All right, so you told your ex all that you needed that.
I didn't tell him, just it didn't work out.
Wait. What do you mean it didn't work out?
It just wasn't comfortable. You have to make a girl feel like she's doing her job.
Yeah, but why didn't you tell him that?
I did. I
You
did.
just said you didn't.
Yes, I did. Men have to learn how to talk and tell a woman.
All right, so you told him specifically what you needed.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And he said what? What did he say when you told him that?
Okay. But it never worked out.
He said okay, but then he wouldn't do it.
Well, see, I've got to be honest. The person I'm with now is smaller than the person I was with before.
Right.
And I'm sorry, but you just can't sit there and just choke yourself to death the whole time. It's just not comfortable.
Mm-hmm. All right. So you told the previous guy what you needed. He said he would do it. He didn't do it.
Right. Right. And
So you
now
stopped. So wait. One step at a time here. So you stopped giving him oral sex.
not as much.
And that was the reason. Did you tell him that?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And he said what?
That he would get better, but he never got better.
Uh-huh. So when you broke up with him, is that why you broke up with him?
One of the reasons, yeah. He was just a big loser. What can I say?
Why'd you go out with a big loser?
Well, sometimes it takes a little time to figure out they're a big loser.
Oh, I see.
So, and if the sex is good at first, then everything seems great. But, if there's little pieces of the puzzle missing, it's just not getting together well. You know
I see. I see.
Yeah.
So your current guy, who's smaller than the last guy, but he knows how to talk, he gets it all the time.
Oh, yeah. All the time, anywhere, on his Harley, in his truck.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Anywhere.
Right.
Anytime.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Right.
Yeah.
Got it.
And I go to the gym, and I went to the gym before, and I'm going to the gym now. So.
All right, so you always went. Well, then that has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but at least we see the reason why you were giving it now and you weren't giving it then.
Right, definitely.
All right. Thank you for the call.
Can you blow me up, Tom?
Of course I can. 1-800-5800-TOM. Here's your telephone number. Deborah, you're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom.
Deborah.
Hey, you know what? I just started listening to you yesterday. You're growing on me.
Like a fungus.
Yeah.
I'm going on you like black mold.
You know what? I got to tell you something. This guy that was just on kind of annoyed me because when I met my boyfriend 4 years ago, I was in a slump. I was like 60 pounds overweight, and I totally wasn't going to the gym. And he motivated me, and he let me know kind of like, but he didn't think I would actually follow through with it. And I did, and I have, and it feels great. The sex is better. The relationship's good. Yeah, he looks at Hustler, but I love him to look at Hustler. I actually got him a subscription for Christmas. But,
you did.
if you really and truly love somebody, you're going to do it for them. And you're also going to do it for yourself, just for spite. That's stupid.
There's a lot of that out there.
Okay, yeah, I know it. And if you're in love, you're going to please that person, and you're going to look good for that person, and they're going to feel good holding your hand in public. You know what I mean? And it's not all about, it's about, doing things for each other. 90-10, 10-90. It's just, that's the way I feel. So I needed to let you know that.
All right, Deborah. Well, thank you for that. It's Wayne on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hey, Tom.
Hey, Wayne.
How's it going?
Pretty good. Just doing a radio show here.
Right on, man. That's good. Hey, you're right on hitting the nail on the head with this one. My ex-wife never opened the doors, never did anything like that. My present wife, I light her cigarettes, help her with a coat, open the door for her. She will not touch a door, Tom, going into a store until I open it first. It's just so funny how that is. It's such a better relationship,
It's better now that you're opening every door.
Oh, yeah, opening my mouth, too, communicate more.
Well, communicating is everything. If you're going to have a relationship, if you can't talk to the other person, it will die.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. But the twist to that is now, she will not wear this lingerie stuff, but she'll get mad when I spend time on the computer looking at the babes with the nice lingerie on. Now, what do you do about that?
Go in an effort.
That's pretty much what I do.
Good for you.
Tom Leykis. Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. Tom.
Here comes Liz on the car phone. You're on the Tom Leykis show. Hello. With the radio turned up, Liz.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, boy.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Tom Leykis Show, 1-800-5800-TOM. Thank you for tuning in. It's John on a cell phone. You're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom, what's going on?
Not much, John.
Well, I've had it happen to me not once, but twice.
Really?
I dated a girl for 7 years, lived with her. She started to grow bigger. I told her she needed to lose some weight. Why aren't we having sex? Why aren't we getting married? Well, you need to lose some weight. She never did, so I traded up. She goes out, gets nice and skinny. Meantime, I feel like, all right, that's all right. I traded up. That's good.
Probably did that because she was pissed at you for dumping her.
Yeah, I think she just stopped eating, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Started working out.
Right.
So I traded up. I figure I made a good trade.
Yes.
Now this one's getting big on me.
No.
Well, what do you got to do?
I don't know. Stop taking them out to dinner.
That could be.
That could be is right. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Sean on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom.
Hey, Sean.
How's it going, bud?
Pretty good.
All right. Well, yeah, similar thing, but you know what? These the callers that actually turn things around because of spite. That's pretty immature and silly, actually.
Really?
Because you know what I did was I just took it as a learning experience. I mean, dating, that's what you have to go through, and the things that you don't do that your girl wants you to do, you'll end up doing them because you'll know that the next girl that you date, you'll just know to do those things because that's what they're into.
Mm-hmm.
So you just turn it around and turn it into a positive thing and do it for yourself and just use it as a learning tool.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean the same thing happened to me, but I just didn't want to make her feel bad and end up working out and going out with all her friends and all that stuff. I was like, what? I just don't want to do all that stuff.
Yeah.
But now that I'm dating the girl that I'm dating now, I just do those things because, hey, I know that, she enjoys her friends, she enjoys her family and stuff like that, and I want to be around it. So you just use it.
Thank you for that, Sean. Aaron on a cell phone. You're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Aaron.
I can hardly hear you, but I'll still talk anyway.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you good enough. I've been listening, and I don't think it's fair that you blame just the women for getting fat in relationships. Men get fat, too. And then to make it worse, they also get bald.
Well, first of all, man has no control over the second one, okay? But let's go to the other issue here about getting fat in a relationship. Well, if you're fat and you just stay fat all your life, that's fine. Great. That's who you are. It's the women who get fat in a relationship. Then, when they get dumped, then they go to the gym.
Well, I think that's just from being depressed, you lose.
No, No. I see the women in the gym. You're not hearing me.
Okay.
I see women who are going through divorces. I've talked to them. They're separated from their husbands. They're divorced. They broke up with a boyfriend. That's the majority of women at the gym.
Well, I think I agree with you there, probably.
Yeah, I mean, the bottom line is, it tells me these women didn't love the guys they were with because why are they going now?
Well, no, that's true. I agree with that. I do think, though, Tom, you need to meet and date in a different pool of women. I don't know where you meet the kind of women you talk about.
The United States of America?
I have never hung out with a girl the kind of girls you talk about and the kind of girls that manage to call into your show a lot, I have never met girls like that.
Well, again, women act differently when they're talking to other women than when they're with men.
You think?
I know.
No, I don't, but I'm a Portland girl, and we're kind of weird.
Well, there you go. Do you shave your pits?
Yes.
Portland girl. I got to check.
What?
You're a Portland girl. I got to check.
That's true. It's probably a good idea.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Aaron, thanks a lot for the call. I appreciate it.